What's going on, 239? This is your boy, Triple Black, on another episode of No Cupcake Zone. This is part one of a two-part interview with Lely basketball great Matt Paul. Very interesting interview. I learned a lot about Matt, his background, also his experiences at Lely, and some recruiting stories and other things that we chopped it up about. But anyways, stay tuned for part two. But you can also check out my past podcast on Spreaker network. You can also look me up on Offsides Radio and No Cupcake Zone. You can find me on Twitter, IG, and Facebook. Just look up Johnson Marseille or look up No Cupcake Zone. Thank you for listening. Please enjoy.
My daughter gonna love this bitch here.
Iceberg, what it do, fool?
All my diamonds shine, cause they really diamonds. Bad bitches in line, they be really trying. They ask me if I'm high, I say really, really. Got money on my mind, I say really, really. I look like I've been ballin' cause I'm really ballin'. I wanna apologize, I'm not really sorry. They ask me if I'm lying, I say really, really. I'm really on my mind, I say really, really. Really, make them believe, I made them believe. A lyrical songwriter and he could sing. Bringing in money like raking in leaves. I was just trying to get paper to sneeze. I chew, that was a blessing.
It's your boy, Triple Black, a.k.a. the number one stunner, a.k.a. the boss, a.k.a. Black Beans, Blay, and Lil Haiti. You already know what it is, man. Hey, man, I got a really special show right now, man. I'm with a Lely legend, you know what I'm saying? A 239 legend. Hey, I'm going to let him introduce himself, man. What's up, Coach?
Hey, how you doing? This is Matt Paul. I like that Lely. That was pretty cool. But yeah, this is Matt Paul from the 239. I grew up here in Naples.
Yeah.
Went to Lely.
Yeah.
And I grew up in Naples Manor, and that's where it all started, on Gilchrist Street.
Really, man. Hey, man. But you kind of humble right now, man, because you know what? You come from, a good lineage, man. Talk about that, man. Talk about your hometown. Talk about your family and your nationality. I know you're Haitian.
Hey, man, we came from Haiti back in the 80s.
With a name like Matt, I thought, at first, because there's not that many Haitian Matts,
right,
but it's actually Matty, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, man.
So we grew up in Miami, man. All my brothers and I, we started off in Miami, and we all kind of followed the same path. Went to Little River Elementary School.
Yeah.
Then went to Horseman Middle School.
Yeah.
And we all migrated here starting 7th grade.
Yeah.
My dad's been a pillar in the community. He's been here for over 25 years now.
Yeah. So you went through the Haitian, I think the Underground Railroad, I call it, man.
Yeah, pretty
from
much,
Miami.
man. It was never cool to be a Haitian growing up, especially in Miami. They used to have Be Haitian Day in Miami growing up.
Haitian Fridays?
Yeah, man. So, so it wasn't easy like these younger Haitians got it nowadays.
Hey, man, everybody, like my nephew say I sound like an old man now, man, because I always talk about the past, how, it was hard for us growing up and stuff like that, man. Mm-hmm. But, it's a lot different, man. It's a lot different, man.
It's definitely different. And I mean, from a sports background, remember again, growing up here, we were just indulged in sports. Everything we did was competitive in that nature.
Yeah.
The one good thing about sports, that's internationally, nobody sees race in sports.
Right.
You either can play or you can't. So a lot of things that my fellow Haitians may have experienced,
yeah,
I didn't experience it because I was just I was into sports.
Right.
I excelled at sports with my siblings and I. And they never saw Haitian. They always saw the Paul boys.
Right.
So.
Hey, I got to make a confession. Even though, I'm a golden eagle till I die. Let me enumerate that. I'm a golden eagle till I die. I still kind of actually rooted for you a little bit, man, because, being a fellow Haitian and stuff like that, even though you went to Lely, I'm not too fond of Lely Trojans.
The evil empire?
Yeah, the evil empire.
No hard feelings, man. Yeah. We look at you guys that way.
Yeah, man, but, I got to pay homage to, before, like, the Stephen Octavians and Comers and, Fritz Jacques, you and your brothers, paved the way for, Haitian athletes around there. So I think we should give you props, man, because, it wasn't too many of us doing it, man.
This is true. It was my brothers that started, really. I just followed their footsteps.
Yeah.
I was the little brother that never wanted to go home. So wherever they went, I would follow them.
Yeah.
So it kind of helped me out. It helped me to be competitive, but I would get beat up playing with them and then go play with my peers, and it was easy. So that trend started off when I was at East Naples in the 7th grade, and it just kept going.
Yeah, Optimus basketball. You played there?
I played Optimus here at St. John Newman. So I remember every Saturday morning, we used to spend the entire day here.
It's triple black. I'm surrounded by green right now, though. If you know it, I'm surrounded by green things, man. Dang, this looked like a university, man.
Hey, you know what? It looked completely different from when we were playing Optimus. A lot of the things that are here has been upgraded. It's really nice, and we're trying to build a program like that around here. So I still love my beloved Lely Trojans. I'm a Trojan forever. It's in the manner.
Hey, man. Hey, shout out to Al Green for making this hire, man. That's real cool, man. You kept it hometown. Hey, man. Hey, let's talk about some of your strong influences, man. Who are some people that you look up to, man, growing up?
You know what? Looking up to growing up, again, I was into sports, man. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny as I get older and I look back when I was growing up, how sheltered I was with a lot of things. So growing up, I used to try to emulate Michael Jordan. That was my favorite player. And I remember every summer we would watch Jordan in the finals, and the moves he used to do, that's what you'd be at the park working on.
Yeah.
So I love his work ethics, and I think that really drove me, because we always felt growing up, every day that we weren't working on our game, somebody else was getting better. And you hate to know somebody's getting better than you were. So that was kind of the attitude that I garnered from watching MJ.
And so, watching you grow up, in basketball, I kind of seen you more of a Penny Hardaway type player. Did you emulate your game around that? Because you were, a taller guard. How did you fight people sticking you down low? You're 6'4". You need to, be down in the block and stuff instead of handling the rock.
Well, again, it came from me being the smallest person around my brothers and their friends. They were older than me. So at the park, I'd be the youngest. I'd be the jitterbug. Yeah. And the only thing I can do was shoot. For me to stay on the court, I needed to make shots. So I learned how to shoot at an early age. And I just knew the game of basketball. And Coach Stewart coached all of us. And from a young age, I was the ball boy in 7th grade. So by the time I got to high school, I knew everything we needed to know. Yeah. I used to tell my brothers they was running plays wrong when I was in the 8th grade. So I just love the game. And now I think about it, from an early age, I was a student of the game.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that, but I just knew little things from a long time ago, and even emulating or watching MJ with his footwork and his tenacity, everything that he used to do, playing on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Yeah. I took a lot of that lesson from him, watching him, but I didn't really understand that it was just being a student of the game.
Hey, growing up in a house full of brothers and sisters and stuff like that, which one of your brothers gave you the hardest time?
Man, you know what? All of them was tough, differently.
Different.
And I'll say till this day, I think the toughest defender I've ever played against is my older brother, John.
Yeah.
And he was just a tough-nosed defender and rebounder. So he probably is, but all of them were equally hard. Gene was hard on me too, because they never wanted me to get anything. They wasn't going to give me anything. So we never liked to lose, even from playing dominoes or whatever it was. We weren't losing to each other. Yeah. So they never took it easy on me, and I never took it easy on them.
Yeah. Who were you closest to in your family?
We're all pretty close, man. We're equally close to all one another. My older brother Lo and John, they're married now. And my brother Gene and I, we're single, so we're not married. So a lot of things we kind of see one another. But for the most part, my siblings now, even my younger siblings, we're all pretty close-knit. So
yeah.
I wouldn't say one over the other.
How many is them?
I have 4 brothers and 4 sisters.
Wow.
My dad's oldest is 44 and the youngest is 17.
Wow.
She's a senior at community school. Just shout out to her for signing her letter of intent to play at Georgia next year. So.
Oh, really? That's so okay. So it just the lineage continues, huh?
It continues, and she was the best out of all of us.
Okay. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Just talk about your time at Lely, man. Talk about some of your teammates. I know you played football with Kevin Francois. Brian Williams. Janera Curry.
Right.
Those guys and stuff, man. Talk about your experience over there, man.
Man, I love Lely, man. I remember those days playing football. I remember the band in my ears.
Yeah.
And it's so different now because when we were growing up, everybody wanted to Friday Night Lights. Everybody wanted to wear that black and orange and hear the Trojans chant in the band balling out. So.
Not no more.
It's completely different, but Comer's doing a good job trying to bring it back. But I think the biggest thing is it's different in the sense of the engagement with the student body because they're not as engaged and in tune as we were when we were there. I remember basketball games. We used to have the students come to the games with pots and recycle bins, banging on them to make noise during the basketball games. Yeah. So it's completely different now, although they have different things that they do to get hype. It's not the pots, the bins, making noise and getting rowdy like that.
Which one of the high schools was the worst atmosphere to play? Because I remember at Naples, we were pretty rowdy. Barron was on a different level. They used to throw bouncy balls and stuff like that on the court and stuff.
Wait, you know what, man? Like, once I got in between those lines on the court, I didn't see none of that stuff. I was really oblivious to it because I was just on a mission.
Yeah.
So I don't know none of that stuff that happened outside of that, whether they were bouncing the balls. I just know people used to talk smack, and at the end of the game, they'd be high-fiving me. So that's what I remember.
Hey, talk about Coach Stewart's legacy because that is a legend. That's a legend right there. I know he just retired in 2009, man. Mm-hmm. Just talk about a little bit about what Coach Stewart meant to you, man.
Hey, Don Stewart taught me a lot about the game of basketball, and as I mentioned earlier, from middle school I used to be the ball boy, so I used to go to practices every day, and I got to learn his system from an early age. So by the time I was a freshman at Lely, I knew everything.
About basketball?
I knew everything that he ran. I knew all the plays. If somebody did something wrong, I knew.
Yeah.
Because I'd be on the sidelines just while they practicing. I'd be watching, and I knew what was going on. So he taught me a lot, and he's definitely one of the better coaches around here. We were disciplined. And as I got older and going through high school, I think he evolved from how he used to be, at least from what the older players told me. But great basketball head. He's done a great job at Lely. And when you talk about Lely basketball, you think about Don Stewart because he was there for over 20 years.
Yeah. One question, man. Did you feel any pressure, growing up? Because your brother was a Gene Paul, was a pretty good athlete, football mm-hmm. and basketball, Indiana. Did you feel any pressure, like to be on the same level every day? Did that motivate you though?
It motivated me, but we were so competitive. It was always like I have to do better. My freshman year, Gene was a senior, and I played varsity, and we made it to the state finals. Yeah. And that was a really good team. But my 8th grade year, I think Lely had a better team.
Yeah.
Than they did my freshman year, but. It was pressure, but not really. It was just really more motivation for me because I wanted to get back there. So it wasn't about pressure. It was more of an expectation, I would say.
Yeah.
Because he had his name, and I wanted my own name. And everybody, the Paul boys, Well, I was a Paul boy, but I had to build my own name.
Okay, so you had to, be your own person.
Right.
I respect that, man. Hey,
You know, there were some good basketball players around there, man. Like, you know, you had your DeMar McCrary's, you know, Clifton Robinsons, and, you know, Matt Klebicks, Ethan Alvarez.